Prog is bullshit. Rap FC. I don't even know.
So professor, yo. Go to Malta.
Microphone. I think that we need to be kind of a bit more intimate.
Wait, were we your first interview as well, Mish?
That was the first event where I interviewed people.
First event. So we're popping your cherry like twice now.
Absolutely.
So we're
guys,
basically making
and
your
how are
career.
you liking
Raw, uncut,
yeah,
Rap
right,
FC footage.
from the capital?
Uncircumcised.
That's the way we like it.
Dance beats and shit.
Yeah, a few dance beats and
Not
stuff.
prog.
So sort of, yeah, not prog.
Never prog!
Yeah, what's
Prog.
prog is bullshit. Man.
Prog's such bullshit that most people don't even know what it is.
Yeah,
Prog sounds like some fucking fucked up city in Russia.
With really good beer.
I'm from Prague!
I'm never going back to Prague.
I escaped Prague and came to Bruce, Australia.
And your voices and all this stuff. So that's just a normal progression of anything, you know. One's called Fury and the other one, I think we're going to call it Blizzard.
Featuring Tokyo Cigar.
Yeah, featuring our boy Tokyo Cigar from America.
Tokyo!
So, yeah.
Step by step, you know what I mean?
No, I mean, it's a progress.
My man.
I can understand. But,
Sunday
well,
night shows.
Well, just would like to thank you guys for coming over and really giving me your love. Basically, I consider it that way.
It's a pleasure for us. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, we had to
having us,
pop
man.
your third cherry.
We love doing this stuff. Yeah.
I thought it was the second one.
Can't wait for the next.
So this is gonna be post the comments, ask questions, RefFC. So the best question that the boys like and the comment or whatever suggestion to their music is gonna get this. But you gotta be subscribed to Solar Professor Music and you gotta like this video, and then you're gonna be entered into the contest of getting this.
Prog is
Prog is bullshit. Rap FC. I don't even know.
So
Prog is.
professor, yo. Go to Malta.
But it's bullshit, that's what I know. Check it. Nasty bar. Freak bitch.
Terrified bitches from ways that I maintain. Got my G-Shock on a shock jock in the same ways. Frying pan of fire, Messiah, no damn liar. Got a rollie and a liar. Spoke to the man higher, I spoke to the man higher. He told me to go higher. I told him I'm so hungry, I told him I'm so fighter. He told me he knows, that's why he made me this way. Bang like an A to the K, bang like an A to A style. Keeping this shit, Aussie no acting, no damn movies. But my flow so gritty, the Yankees are listening to. That's right. Sitting in the passenger seat of the Hilux, freestyling and talking shit with my buzz. He drives us and guides us to find the jobs. Cold cases, we roll aces. Time's up, what your underpants covered in feces for? Cause I'm terrifying bitches, Ouija board. Yo, who posts that top track? Flows that hot rap, shows your box back. Who's dope and got that? You tell me what's fresh to death. More checks and flex, more rep, and yeah, stop that. Who's smashing out nasty bars, crashing cars, Aston Martins and getting cops bashed? Who's playing out tracks for days, getting back to waves, smashing raps, hot cash? Now I'm about to get my fine on, entrees on mine, on foreign wine and my song. Main course is I'm on, my boys the time on game day, you try on name day, then I'm gone. Same way but I'm strong, safe face, but lie on, pray mate, but cry on. My bed to lie on, my left or right on. Rather live on my feet than die on my knees in my wrong. Post the top track, flows that hot rap, shows your box back. Who's dope and got that? You tell me what's fresh to death. More checks and flex, more rep, and yet stop that. Who's smashing out nasty bars, crashing cars, Aston Martins and getting cops bashed? Who's slaying out tracks for days, getting back to waves, smashing raps, hot cash.
I'm gonna express how awesome it is to live bars with lawlessness. It often is unfortunate, but that's what you get. Depending on what side you're with, get off it. While you sleep with saltwater fish, I'm at the crib, somersaulting on a bed with the hardest shit. She got that taco salad, drizzle sauce on it. Then got my cock lodged down in her esophagus. Topic is explicit. When you rip into this shit, you rap like a dragon, act like a misfit. Don't get it twisted, cause most of y'all bitches, your talent is finished by the end of this sentence. Thick with the sickest rappers, bruhs, cuz act like you know, sayonara, motherfucker. Yeah.
PROG is
Right.
Hello, everybody. So this is the PROG is Bullshit podcast, episode 1, and I am here with my guests, my local bros, Rap FC, King Dunx, Big Greek, and Jam C. I'm gonna say it right.
My man.
Maybe if you can, Jam C, and move a bit closer to the microphone. I think that we need to be kind of a bit more intimate because it's a bit fast. So, boys, we're going to talk about, we don't have much time. You got a show coming up in like 3 hours. Basically.
an hour.
You have
We're
to
going
be
straight
there.
to the show.
Yeah, we do
So,
this. We go to the show.
Well, welcome. Thanks for doing it. We've been talking about this for 6 months now. And about that time, you had your first show in Canberra. So how things changed in that period?
Well, it's fucking cold now. It's cold now, so that's why it's probably the last show we'll do for a little bit, and then when it warms up, we'll get back into the circuit, get cracking again. Yeah, man.
What
Warm me
about in
up.
terms of music? Well, I'm pouring this. By the way, I should give a shout out to Poncho Fox. This is a local distillers. They sponsored this gin. For us, for our show, so we can enjoy it. And I actually tried it. This is a pomegranate. It's
I love how before the show there seems to be half the bottle missing. Michelle.
well, that's I wanted to.
You had to
make
test it out, right?
Yeah, me, and I wanted to make the
I'm
guests
gonna test it
comfortable.
out now. Then. Make sure it's all good, you know.
Yeah, you can actually have it like straight. Even I've had it before. And
You
it's,
reckon it's pretty good straight,
Yeah,
eh? Oh, he's going to town.
He just does
yeah,
it.
it's pretty good.
It's from a suburb away, Melbourne,
Yeah.
just down the road.
Well,
Yeah,
I
it's
think we
nice.
might need some more gin, tonic. I think you've got a bottle there behind
I
you.
had a bottle somewhere. Here we go.
So yeah, one of the topics I wanted to discuss. Well, let's talk about you guys first. You had your first show that was sold out. Then you did a Broadburger show. Then you did a Huddle show.
We did the huddle, yeah. We did a show out at the Smoky Horse in Braidwood. That was really good. There was a lot of good acts there. It was a good night, like good vibes. Some other hip hop shit happening out there too, which was cool. And then we did another show. And now this is we did another show at Sideway Bar, and then this is another one that we're gonna hit here for, and then we'll chill for a bit, like Eric said, wait till it warms up, and then maybe we'll do like an outside show, you know, somewhere out in the park or something. We'll see.
Outside show.
We got the infrastructure.
Yeah, we built a stage, as you know, for the last gig. We got a bunch of marquees and stuff, and we're slowly accumulating more equipment and getting our team together. And yeah, you know, the next outdoor one, I reckon, will be something kind of special. You know, we'll try and make it really big.
That'll be sick when
Yeah,
it's
it'll
warmer,
be
huh?
sick. Yeah.
Warmer.
Yeah.
Guys, where's that bottle of tonic?
bro.
Somewhere over there, right? Yeah.
I thought you would be asking about the bottle of gin, man. What the fuck is this?
He's had
tonic
half a
shit?
bottle. That's why.
Well,
he can't.
actually, the
It's not bad
the
straight.
distiller, his name is Patrick.
No, it's
Shout
good.
out to
Yeah.
Patrick. He brought it, and he brought 2 bottles of tonic as well with it. So it's supposed to be drank with.
Oh, he's thinking of
Tonic.
it.
That's what he said.
Well,
1 to 2 though.
yeah.
1 to 2.
Yeah,
So
one bottle
Who'd
of
have thought
tonic
gin
to
and
2.
tonic?
no, we have more tonic.
You have
Do
less
need
tonic than
Yeah.
gin.
So this is episode 001.
Yeah, 001. Yes,
yeah.
the pilot and.
Wait, were we your first interview as well, Mish?
That was the first event where I interviewed people.
First
Yes.
event. So we're popping your cherry like twice now.
Absolutely.
So we're
guys,
basically making
and
your
how are you
career.
liking? How are you liking it?
You'll pump your third cherry at the end of this gin.
And again, you cannot cut it out, Eric.
No editing here, man. This is raw, uncut,
Yeah,
Rap
right.
FC footage.
From the capital.
Uncircumcised.
Just the way we like it.
Yeah, but that party I still remember it, and I still have a lot of footage from that party, guys.
The Broad Burger.
Yeah, the Broad
Yeah, that was
Burger.
cool, man. That was a cool idea. Shout outs for Broad for letting us do that as well.
Yes.
You guys are always legends. We love that.
That was cool. That was warm at that time.
Yeah, it was good back then. PROG is
So, in terms of music, can you tell me a little bit more what's happening in your new tracks, new songs? I hear that we're gonna hear tonight some new material from you.
We have some unreleased tracks that pretty much at the end of doing Gametime, the album, we started working on some newer projects. So we have those kind of wrapping up. We'll probably start slowly leaking those out and building up to the release of our second album. But also in the meantime, I'm sure we've all got some solo projects going. I know Duncan's a madman writing hella rhymes. He's got rhymes for days for this mixtape he's got coming up. And I'm just slowly trying to perfect my songs and releasing them as we go. But expect some really unique and cool ways to release them coming out. You know, like we're gonna shoot all different angles, and you know we're new artists, so we're gonna be venturing out and trying new things, new technologies and avenues. So.
Cool. Duncan, can you tell a bit more about this mixtape?
The mixtape. I mean, yeah. So it's just something that I'm constantly working on. I don't know. I'm sort of just in game mode. So I've just been writing. Like I write, 2-3 times a week. I'm trying to get something done. Eric and I, a couple of weeks back, we were like, we've got to fucking start working on this mixtape. So we just jumped in the studio. We did 8 hours straight, and we laid down 20 tracks. Now we've got to mix.
No. I laid down one track. This cunt did 21 tracks in one go. He did 21 tracks. 21 tracks. The next day, he couldn't get out of bed.
Yeah.
His stomach, because he raps from, I'm King Dunx, I rap from my stomach. And he fucking had his gut pain and all Sunday, man.
It was rough. It was hard. It was like I'd played a couple games of footy back to back.
Yeah.
Like I was, but it was. Time is really difficult for us at the moment. Like I'm running business. He's got a kid. We've got Rap FC going. We play footy. And so we had the opportunity. We had the weekend off footy, and we were like, let's get it. So, we got halfway through, and then we were just like, let's just keep going. So, we got to mix that all down and put it together and try and figure out how we put it together and how we release it. But it's not far off. It's now we've got to mix it down. So I'm really keen to get that out because there's a bit of change in the way I've been rapping, recently, especially in the last year.
In what way?
Well, I've just sort of diversified a little bit. Like I've got a little bit more style, I think, and coming from a couple of different platforms. So, I'm usually heavy on some the hard sort of shit, the gangstery sort of shit, but trying to do some tracks for the ladies as well.
Half of those 21 tracks we did that one day, a lot of those are more than 6 years old.
Yeah, some of them are, and then most,
some are 10, 12 years old.
Most of them have come from when the COVID started and when we started going. So I can't wait for that to happen. I can't wait to get it out, and it just adds another layer to the group, ourselves, and our own sort of individual styles and what we each bring to the table. So yeah, it'll be cool. Once we get that done and we get it out.
And it's crazy because we're mixtape artists, but we've never put out mixtapes. So growing up, all we ever did was rap over Tupac beats and Big L beats and shit. Fucking around, getting drunk at parties, and the first thing we really put out was an album of all our own original stuff, which was completely crazy to us because it's not something that we were used to. So it's really cool to it feels like we're going back in a time portal, kind of dropping this mixtape stuff, dropping a you know, I don't know, a 50 Cent song from
Yeah,
2008
like
with your rap on top
some,
of it.
taking on some epic beats,
some shit
you know,
like
that. Yeah, just sort of challenging it and bringing them back to life, and you know, like that's really cool to us. There is like we sort of do see a bit of a re-emergence of the old style coming back, but it needs a bit of help. It needs a bit of a kick, and I think I reckon we're the guys that can do that here in Australia. I think that we bring something to the table that this old sort of 90s, 2000s boom bap, gritty, you know. I think we can put our name on that and we can roll with it. So that's what we're going to try and do.
So is it one of the songs that's going to be the 50 Cent beat? Right?
I'm pretty sure there's one or two 50 beats
I didn't
in there.
record that one yet though. That's yeah, I'm still working on that.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
cold, man. I did 20 tracks.
But it's all those guys. Like it's all the beats are coming from guys like that. Like
Yeah.
you've got Game, Tupac, Ludacris, T.I., like all those classic old school beats. That's where you're coming. That's where it's
Is there a
coming.
Wu-Tang beat there?
No, a bit probably. You're probably looking at you're looking at 2000s beats really.
Yeah, pretty much.
2000s beats.
Yeah,
So
that's
about
right.
5 or 10 years later than Wu-Tang.
That's right. And then there's a couple of gems in there, like some that aren't actually hip hop beats. We turn them into hip hop track, but
Like dance beats and shit.
yeah, a few dance beats and
Not
stuff.
prog.
So sort of not
Never prog.
Yeah,
prog.
prog is bullshit.
yeah, prog's such bullshit that most people don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
Prog sounds like some fucking fucked up city in Russia.
With really good beer.
I'm from Prague.
I'm never going back to Prague.
I escaped Prague and came to Bruce, Australia.
Trust me, guys,
but
bro.
can I say though,
Yeah.
I think it's a really cool time to be paying attention to Rap FC music, because now that we're organized, kind of like Eric was saying, it's like a time machine where a lot of the backlog of shit that we've been working on for however many years, I know I have heaps of songs that I've just been waiting to get organized so I can actually release them. So, you know, in terms of going forward, we have heaps of stuff that is OG before we blew up and became amazing artists like we are today. You know? It's good. It's good.
I'm glad to hear that you've got new material coming. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's always
New material and new old material.
new old
I guess.
material. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be new for us because
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
haven't heard it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got some shit that's new for you and some shit that's also new for us.
Prog is
How about
Excited.
guys? What do you think about like the hip hop culture? How is that evolving? You just mentioned now that Duncan mentioned that the sort of the 90s and early 2000s sort of hip hop style is coming back into sort of fashion, and you're trying to, like with this mixtape, you're trying to also to help sort of bring it back. So what do you think? Is it the case
Yeah.
that the 90s and like the early 2000s
No,
hip hop
I don't
style
think
is?
I don't think it's the case that it's coming back. It's just
What about new school, old school
It lives
shit?
deeply. Duncan and I, we grew up listening to the 90s and early 2000s. That's deep within our DNA. Jama, he got into hip hop before we did, and you'd go back even further than that, and into that era, and then it stopped around mid 2000s or late 2000s, and then that's where it really kind of stopped. And that's the shit that lives deep within us, and I don't think it's necessarily coming back into fashion, but I think there's always space for it. You know, there's a big demand for it. What is fashion these days? It's really hard to say. There's so much different genres out there, and you can't even really judge who's the biggest person now. What do you judge them on? Their Instagram followers, or their Spotify plays, or just how much respect they have in the game? So it used to be like whoever had a platinum album.
yeah, or the dopest ride.
But there's no such thing as platinum albums anymore or anything. You know, there still is, but
But
you can't judge it
usually,
anymore.
Like, it was the dopest rapper
Yeah.
would be selling the most records.
And all the rappers agreed
Yeah.
that they were the best rappers.
Yes.
Now every rapper just fucking hates each other.
and
you know.
6ix9ine is killing the charts
Yeah.
and my ears.
Yeah.
So are you saying like this is the case in Australia, or more global, worldwide
think
hip hop?
I don't know, man. I sort of am more about the American hip hop and the American rap and stuff. I don't know. I just connect more with it. So like when I said that before, maybe I should clarify. I see it coming back a lot in America. I see a lot of these old school guys doing these new tracks, and sort of like I see this sort of flame that's sort of trying to be lit again. In Australia, like it's a little bit of a different scenario. Like the drill's pretty big here at the moment, and there's some good guys out there doing some good drill stuff. But the dynamics just changed a little bit. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you, guys? Are there like in Australia hip hop festivals?
Nah, man.
No. Well, how come? Well, why do you?
Well, because
have you have any-
stoners won't pay $120 to go to a festival, will they?
Well, I think they will. It's a festival. I mean, I think they will.
Festival goers are more your sort of electronic, metrosexual kind of people. You know,
Yeah,
like
you say that
the
there
hip hop crowd doesn't. It just, and also they just aren't hip hop festivals in Australia. Like the one time they tried to do it, it got cancelled. Like yeah.
Do you know why? Why did it get cancelled?
Probably because the promoters were also stoner idiot hip hop fans.
What day it was
Yeah.
I'm just like,
They're like, what time is it? I don't know.
I know that like in Russia there are like regular annual hip hop festivals.
Yeah, but there's like 170 billion people there, you know. So it's the demand of the market here hasn't called for it yet. I think now it's pretty fucking big, and it could happen, but it hasn't happened yet. So,
Well, what do you think about Canberra being a potential spot for? Like they have what the car show they have Summer Nights,
Well, they have some of that.
something like that, but for
I
hip
don't want
hop.
to be rapping to motherfuckers.
there's no shortage of redheads.
Oh, there's good people on that side.
Like I mean, there's been festivals in the past here. Like the Groove and the Moo usually does pretty well. We had like a foreshore event that happened back in the day, and there were kind of some big acts that showed up and did that on the hip hop side of things. There's always the capacity to have a gig here. It just needs to be well planned and organised.
Yeah.
And, like fucking none of this COVID stuff going on, because that's just going to throw a spanner in the works.
There's just no pure hip hop festivals.
Yeah.
That's what,
Yes.
So, but there's a lot of hip hop artists in Canberra, and I think like there's a lot that are really pushing at the moment.
Hell yeah.
And sort of emerging. So like I think if we had the infrastructure to do that, which we kind of do, and we had the right plan and we could organise ourselves, I think that we could put something together that would be quite impressive. But having said that, at the same time, it's such unstable time.
Yeah.
So,
COVID
but
just
I think
sort of
one
makes-
saving grace of that is that there are guys that are working on stuff, and when the time does come for it to open up, we will be ready.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically my take on it, I guess.
Gemma, what do you think about it?
I think it's a money thing. I think anybody who's interested in putting on a festival, hip hop festival, they have passion for the music, but at the same time don't want to put up the money to be able to get all the artists and pay for everything and make it all happen, and then make people pay the expensive amount for the tickets that Eric was talking about that all the stoners really prefer to spend on weed. But like it's I think there's a bit of a lack of love as well. I think if you look on the demographic of like male to female hip hop fans and shit and like what they're listening to, I think it's very tough to throw a big festival, get lots of girls there, and if you get girls there, the dudes will come as well. So it seems pretty easy, but it's a lot more complicated than I'm making it out to be.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like,
And then you got the problem of like violence and stuff as well.
security,
that.
and it's the money, and security is expensive.
yeah.
Well, if
especially
you can
at
get
these
government on
festivals.
board, that's probably like if they could sponsor it and sort of be behind it,
Yeah.
then the ACT government.
Not counting on them, man.
Yeah.
Not counting on no government.
No, definitely not.
Rap
if,
FC,
if
bro.
you want it done right, you gotta pay the right people to do the good job. And so, like I said, I think it all comes down to the money, and it's hard for people to see dollar signs when it comes to hip hop. Trust me, as an artist, like it's how the hell am I gonna sell my music to people who don't necessarily want to listen to hip hop in general, unless it's on the radio.
Guys, let me ask you about this a slight change of topic. The old school, new school. Is there such a thing in Australia? Like
with Australian hip hop?
yeah, with Australia, with Australian hip hop. Yeah, in Australia,
there's old school cats that were banging it back in the day, and then there's these new guys coming through, and like I said, like the dynamic has changed. A lot of these bigger guys now are sort of drill rappers. which is, you know, a different take on hip hop and the old school style. The old school style was a bit different, you know, the beats were a bit different and the delivery was a little bit different. Now the focus has sort of changed and you know, you've got this sort of more, I guess, up-tempo drill sort of beats and the focus is a lot on the hook. Whereas, you know, the old songs, I felt like the focus was not only on the hook, but on the words and the verses behind the hooks and stuff. You know, they really carried through the song. So it's just a change in dynamic, but there's always going to be old school and new school, and it's the same with, you know, almost any genre of anything. You know, hip hop is just so diverse. You know, there's so many different categories that you can bring into hip hop. So, you know, you're always going to see these new styles emerge over time. And that's sort of what's happened, you know, particularly in the last 20 years. And I think a big part of it is technology behind it. You know, the ability to add all these, you know, thousands of samples on behind this and behind that, and then, you know, messing with auto-tune and your voices and all this stuff. So that's just a normal progression of anything, you know. And some people, you know, like the new stuff, and, you know, some cats like the old stuff. And then the idea is to try and sort of mix the two of them together and get this balance of new with a bit of a taste of old, you know. So that's the goal for anyone, I imagine, and that's sort of what I'm aiming for. So, you know, from there you see where it happens.
PROG is
So is there such thing as prog in hip hop?
John? You want to answer that before I say some shit?
Yeah.
No, say some shit, man.
Look,
Go right ahead.
I don't think prog is a genre. I think it's a general umbrella term, meaning progressive.
Yeah, society's progressive.
Yeah, so you could apply that word to just about anything. But then again, what is progress? You know what I mean? What is a step forward, really? Well, progress in my mind could be
Guys,
progress.
Smoking is allowed here. I can bring an ashtray.
Oh, okay. You want me to grab the ashtray?
I'll grab the ashtray. You are the guest. You just keep talking, please.
I'm
Sorry
on
for
drink.
DJ's
interruption.
using Serato tonight. Is that right?
I believe so, yes. There are some...
The club manager texted me, and I don't know what the fuck this lingo is, you know? Pioneer, Zone Allen, and Heath. 230s. Will that work? We've got the USBs.
Is this Matthias?
No, this is Tim from Sideways.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, podcast. We're talking about our show at the moment.
It's alright, you get it.
Trying to get organised, but
Yeah, we're doing
So
everything
two
on the go.
turntables, Pioneer, CDJ.
Yeah, all that, we can work that, right? Well, that's fine. We've used it before.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
the artists that are there have used that shit before.
USB.
So who are the top artists? Well, not the top, like who are you think youngest coming up artists that we should keep an eye on?
The guys we're doing our shit with. I mean, I think they're not all young, but they're all fresh. So fucking TGB, Bataya, and Shaka J.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the three picks of mine, and they're the guys that are all fucking opening up for us today. And the reason we picked them today is because this is our last show for a while, and we wanted our favorite rappers on.
Cool. So as I understand, you're gonna do some solo stuff as well as the Rap FC trio stuff.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I'm doing a song tonight. Me and Dunx are doing one song together. It's Aussies in Paris. It's a remix, and that song I wrote that when I was at college in the US in 2011.
Yeah.
So that's 10 years old, and then I'm doing one by myself that I wrote in 2012. So and like it's crazy because I'm spitting lyrics from back then, and like it's.
So
like,
did you change any of the lyrics?
Nah. I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
You know, the only reason I chose those ones is because they were so good and they've stood the test of time. You know.
That's amazing. Isn't it great when you like can hear a song and it's still like 10 years later it's still just as relevant as bloody.
Oh yeah, or just as up to speed
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it blows my mind still listening to Tupac and Biggie joints and stuff. You know.
that's all I listen to.
Yeah. All you listen to is you, Tupac, and The Game.
Yeah, I love those two. You're the best.
So guys, what's gonna happen in between today and the summer? Gonna be working hard on music, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
You're doing a lot of production now, getting back into the beats and shit.
Yeah. So, pretty much, I've been held back by technology. Literally.
In what way?
Computers failing, and my downfall is that I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I hate static, I hate pops, and that sort of shit. So, some of my favorite recordings where I'm like, oh, nah, I recorded this verse perfect, and this beat is phenomenal. And then you play it back, and you got a couple pops here and that, and only I can hear it. You know, I play it for anybody else. They're like, what's wrong with it? I'm like, you didn't hear that? So, but for me, I got my equipment all laid out now. I'm ready to go straight forward, and I'm working on improving the quality of my sound and getting my beats tracked in to somewhere where I can actually mix and master them properly. I know the craft, I just need to practice it more. So, but it's a lot of unorthodox, you know, shit. We're not trying to fall in line and do anything new, but I got some solo shit and I'm ready. And I know I'm getting off topic.
This guy made a beat like
6
months ago or something.
There is no topic.
This guy made a beat like 6 months ago, and one of the main sounds in the beat is him literally tearing a piece of paper and recording him tearing a piece of paper, and it's like shh, and it's like a hi-hat or something, but instead of the ting, it's like shh. It sounds awesome too.
Cool.
Recorded with my Zoom microphone as well.
I remember when I first met you, and you're like, I mean, you'd been in Australia a while, but you're still kind of fresh, and you were saying, man, I want to go outside and like film all the fucking kookaburras and the magpies and use them and put them in a song and shit.
Well, I think there is I think that's kind of cool. Like didgeridoos in hip hop, I just haven't seen
so
there is
good.
enough. I just like Australian native Australian sounds. There's not enough of it on
The
music.
didgeridoo, I've heard some songs with the didgeridoo that sound so good.
One of our cousins actually in Brisbane, he makes didgeridoos and shit, and he can play them, and he does hip hop as well. Kale, what up, Kale? Little cuz. Yeah, he's good as well, and putting the didgeridoo behind it, it adds a layer to it, you know. So like that's pretty cool. I mean, you got to have the right person doing it, and you got to, you know, you have to make it gel as a song, but. Yeah, I agree. I think it'll be really cool. Yeah. I mean, touching on what you said before with stuff coming out, we do have another video in the works.
We do, don't we?
Yeah. We've got the one for War, that's coming through, and then we've just done 2 new originals as well. One's called Fury, and the other one I think we're gonna call it Blizzard.
Featuring Tokyo Cigar.
Yeah, featuring our boy Tokyo Cigar from America.
Tokyo!
So, yeah.
Step by step, you know what I mean?
No, I mean, it's a progress.
My man.
So those 2 tracks are really good. They're really fresh, and they're a little bit, I mean, they sort of follow off Gametime pretty well, but they're sort of newer and a bit more of a new take. I really like them. So, you know, they're done. We've got a few more to add to them, and then we might, you know, there might be a little release going on.
You said you
there
liked
somewhere.
them more than anything on the album.
I think so. I think the Fury. I mean, Fury is really good, and Losses Count is really good as well. Like, and it's cool that we're able to connect with, you know, other people from around the world and get this shit done. You know, 10 years ago, that would have been fucking impossible for guys like us, you know. Like,
So whom have you connected with?
So this
around
fella called Tokyo Cigar, he's from Maryland, in the States, and I just started talking to him on Instagram because he commented on one of my freestyles or raps, and then I was like, oh, this guy's sick, and he thought we were sick, and then all of a sudden we're trading verses over Gmail and shit.
yeah, so that's pretty cool. I mean, and there's another group of boys that we know. We actually met Venzi when we were over playing rugby in America. That was back in 2016, and they're called Black Vinyl, and we connected with them. We're trying to make something happen there. I mean, Jama knows loads of dudes over there. Like that's his stomping ground, baby. That's where he come from. Yeah. So, you know, so being able to get that stuff done though it's just really cool. You know, like and we wouldn't have been able to do that, you know, 10 years ago. So that technology is sort of working in our favor when it comes to doing that, but. Just trying to bring that realness and keep it real by having other people come in and collaborate that way. You know, it sort of layers us down And you know, it gives us something to challenge ourselves to work to as well. If we get someone on the track, we want to make sure that we do just as good a job as them, and they do just as good a job as us, so that when it's finished, it's fire.
Yeah, I think the long distance thing, you have to work with reliable people, because you know, if you're relying on someone to have a verse ready for you halfway around the world, you can't be waiting around for them to send it to you. You know, you really need to be working with someone that is eager to get on it and get busy.
Yeah, I mean, you even need that when you're working just
locally
with someone, you know, like the amount of times these guys have written a verse and I've been like, shit, I need to go back and write my verse again. It's like whenever we were doing the album, I often wrote my verse before these guys wrote their verse, and it was really hard to like just leave it at that and not go back and try to fucking do it again. I think once or twice I might have gone back and touched it up a bit, but there's like a little bit where you got to let go and just be like, all right, you know, he's gonna have the hottest verse on this song, and that's how it's gonna be. I'm not gonna keep going back and back, you know. Yeah. And also, what you wrote probably might have inspired them to have that crazy verse anyway, so that's a good thing. And yeah,
totally.
Yeah.
It's very connected.
We're all just big fans of each other too, so it kind of
it makes listening to our old shit a lot easier. And I notice different nuances every time that I listen to some shit.
Jeez,
you know, even on the first Gametime album, I thought Duncan had the most energy out of all of us. And just listening back to it over and over again, I'm noticing certain patterns in the rhyme style. I was like, oh shit, that's really clever, you know. And they're just certain things that all of us do uniquely that make Rap FC really just like a couple of hip hop heads coming together doing what they love most, which is ultimately hip hop.
Feeding off each other, each other's energy.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
That's a big part of the group too, I guess. You know. There's some big energy here. Some big energy in this room. King Dunx! Like, I love doing that shit, man. It's so fucking funny. It's so obnoxious.
PROG is
Yeah, it's so ignorant, bro.
does it on the rugby field after he drops someone.
Well, guys, let me ask you this: do you think your album Gametime it kind of had like a dark feel? The beats kind of dark beats, dark lyrics, very dark. And what's the most of the songs there? Like the names of the songs are like a one-word song. Is it like a thing?
Yeah, one or two. I personally, I think it's good. I like to simplify it like that. It kind of gives the one word a whole new definition or something. And it's just easy to remember and shit. But yeah, I don't think you want to complicate it too much. You know, let the lyrics do that itself.
Yeah.
The title. Shouldn't get too caught up in the title. I like when we discuss what the title should be for the song. It's always a discussion. It's not always obvious. Yeah, sometimes true. It's like clearly the biggest word in the hook, or it's the theme. It's it's war. It was clearly the song about war, or But sometimes it's like, oh, what should this song be called?
Like No Time for Love,
or Never Give Up.
Yeah, Never Give Up was one we had to sort of think about a bit. But the title doesn't really, Eric said, doesn't really matter so much. But I guess we're just sort of simple cats. We're just fuck, one word's enough.
It's strange that you asked that question though. Like, where did your interest come with that?
Well,
question?
I just kind of thought I looked at the track list and the kind of one. And I don't know, it just came up to me, and I thought that would be an interesting question to ask.
Well, look, I know me personally, I love words, but I love ideas even more. So just one word to capture an idea, to even if you're not saying straightforward what it is that you're trying to say, I think leaving the vagueness adds a bit of mystery and mystique to and allows the listener to hear your lyrics and even come up with their own ideas for what the fuck they think the song is about, which is art.
I see you boys are looking at your phones constantly.
I'm trying to bring up an example. So we had an 11-track album. Illmatic is 10 tracks, the great Nas debut album, and most of his the names of his songs are short, but not all of them. So it's like The Genesis, which is kind of like one word. New York State of Mind, Life's a Bitch, World is Yours, Halftime, Memory Lane, One Love, One Time for Your Mind, Represent, It Ain't Hard to Tell. I don't know. It's got what? It's like 3 or 4 songs there that it's like one word. I don't know. I didn't think that was unique to us. I thought that was kind of...
Oh, I didn't think either. I just thought I'd ask.
Well, now everyone knows we created that shit. We created that shit.
Who's gonna be the first one who creates a one-word bloody whole track list, one word?
That's it.
Another thing we kind of had a big discussion about was how many tracks we're going to have on the album.
Why is
And
that?
the 11 tracks we had on the album were literally the 11 tracks we made. We made one other song, but it wasn't fully completed, and we didn't like it, and it didn't make the cut. Maybe one day we'll perfect it or
Yeah,
something.
we'll get it better.
But-
It just didn't fit properly into the album as well.
No, that's true. It just wasn't the theme.
Yeah,
Just
we had
didn't
our
work.
sister on that one, and I think it'll be a good song, but we just need to refine it. But it just didn't fit in the album. It was, you know how you're saying the album was a little bit dark, well, this was not a dark. I mean, this is for the kids and shit. So yeah, no, like I think it will be used. But I think it does need a little bit of refining, and we'll put in some work on that. We'll revisit it. You know, when our sister comes back down and we see her, we'll revisit it. Because when you work with an artist like that as well, it's important that they're kind of there for the creative process too.
Yeah.
Because then they can put their take on it as well, and that's what they do. That's why you're bringing them in to be that person. So when they've got that take on the creative part as well, it actually adds to and it makes the song more full. So, you know, when she comes back down, we might have more time to do that. Because when we brought her down, it was just like spirit of the moment, get on a plane, come down, do some songs with us, and let's go out on the town and have a big
But
night.
she fucking killed it.
Yeah, she
and
did.
Our
She did well.
our best song on the album, when it comes to a broad appeal, was definitely the one with her, Falling.
Yeah.
And it's been our most successful song, and it's
Yes, check it out, Falling, Spotify.
Yeah,
Get on there, Rap FC.
yeah. It's in fact it's the only soft song we're doing tonight. Tonight we were like, we're just doing lit shit tonight,
This
just crazy
song's for the
shit.
boys.
We're gonna cut out all our fucking soft shit, and then we were like, nah, we can't cut that out.
We gotta get it done,
We
so.
gotta do that. Yeah,
Fair enough. Wow.
yeah. But we still got a little bit of time. Fucking
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
It's like
Wow.
10
give us
bars.
5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, let's keep talking. You know, let's
How good's it?
PROG is
It's fucking gin.
Hey, shout outs to Melba.
Yeah, cheers for that.
Yes.
What's the name of the distillery?
Poncho Fox.
Poncho Fox.
Poncho Fox.
And do they just do gin?
No, actually, they so we got 3 bottles of gin and 1 bottle of absinthe.
Bro, the fact that it's in Melba, like, I'm not. I don't like. Where the fuck would it be? It's like it feels like it's in the back of someone's house.
it is.
You know? Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I ain't even mad at that. I ain't even mad at that, bro.
But they do absinthe, do they?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
proper absinthe?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I know the regulations on that shit.
No, we're not doing absinthe now.
Not here. There are never regulations on absinthe here.
So that we'll leave it. For
I'm
the-
gonna open the show. I'll do some absinthe. I'm first up. Let's go.
All right.
Loosen me up, bruh.
I gotta drive, so.
Just
Yeah.
Proper absinthe.
Yeah, this fucking bar is so cool though too.
Oh yeah, the fairy absinthe. This is the real shit, bro.
that's the bottle. Have it.
It looks fucking hideous.
Because you can't buy proper absinthe in Australia. Is that right? Am I correct?
In what?
Oh, you can make it here.
Yeah, I'm sure.
These Aussies don't have that proper absinthe, dog.
It's something about the ingredients.
These goddamn Aussies.
There are regulations against it.
Yeah, man, we're a fucking civil country, bro. You don't see people storming the capital of their fucking country, mate. Woo! Oh,
Australians are just too lazy to do any of that shit.
that's true, bro. We had an uprising. We had an
shit.
We had an uprising like in the 1800s. What was that? And it lasted about 5 minutes.
Please.
One guy got shot, and that was it.
So how will you like it? Some sugar?
Just a little bit, man.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
You're crazy, dog. You're crazy.
I know.
I know.
All right, Big Rick, you tested it. Let's.
It looks like chartreuse.
Very good.
I don't know what chartreuse is.
Chartreuse is a fucking French, no, not liqueur, spirit, made by monks. monks in France. And an ABC shot is absinthe, Bacardi 151, and chartreuse, which are three super strong alcohols.
Yeah.
And they don't actually mix.
We're alive. So many
Wanna get
holes in the
drunk.
This
monastery
one's only
walls and
40%,
shit.
so it's not that.
None
Oh,
of
it's
them
only
know how to
40.
plaster.
So chartreuse
Bunch of angry
has this,
drunk monks.
Yeah, it kind of looks like this with the cloudy bits and stuff. But am I the only one having it?
Yeah, bro.
I'll drink it with you,
You're
man.
opening.
Why are you having it?
You have one.
We're in your house,
Yeah, come
man.
on, man.
You trying to drug me or
Come on,
something?
man.
Oh fuck! All right, Jama. Yeah, let's do it all.
Oh, Jama's doing it. Oh, Duncan.
Not too much, not too much.
That's for Misha.
Okay.
I'm not
Is it-
doing one.
Not too much, man.
Why don't we just all?
No,
just,
mate. I gotta drive in my big new truck.
I'm a big truck driver.
Even on a bad day, everything clean but the ashtray.
Okay, Poncho Fox absinthe. Is it so Poncho or Poncho? Poncho, right?
It's Poncho.
Poncho. Ah, cheers.
Cheers. I can't not let. Cheers, guys.
Oh, that licorice, bro. Kill it.
Right, now that you got us all fucked up for our show, bro.
Not bad. Pretty clean tasting. Not as heavy as chartreuse.
Ooh. On that note.
I wasn't ready.
It's got a kick to it, right? So that's for me to take home, though, yeah?
Well, what I could suggest is
guys like me don't need drinks like that, bro.
we can come back after the show
Well,
and
we may-
continue this.
Maybe. It is a work day tomorrow, but
Yeah.
bro, it is a work
It
day.
is. I can understand, but
Yeah, Sunday
well,
night shows.
Well, just would like to thank you guys for coming over and really giving me your love. Basically, I consider it that way.
It's a pleasure for us.
yeah.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, we had to
having us,
pop
man.
your third cherry.
We love doing this stuff. Yeah.
I thought it was the second one.
Can't wait for the
No,
next.
no.
That
already happened. You were asleep.
It's live, Eric.
Can't edit it out, but look, it's I have a different kind of. You were the first artist here with whom I kind of collaborated, basically.
yeah.
Good,
so
good.
I appreciate it very
We
much.
appreciate it too, man.
So are you coming to the show tonight?
Uh,
Are you gonna be in my set, dog? You gonna be in my set?
fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah, he coming.
Of
He's
course
filming
I am.
that
What the fuck are you talking about?
All
Yeah.
right, you better
I'm
be
not,
there.
I'm not gonna go with you. I'm gonna pack up the essentials, what I need with me,
come.
and I'm gonna be following you. Like we'll leave here within half an hour of you leaving here.
We gotta roll now.
Yeah.
We do gotta go.
Well, yeah, but
My
we're gonna
man.
cut it right
Shouts
here.
out.
Fucking cut.
Solid professor.
Love. Prog is
Shouts out
bullshit.
to Yuri.
PROG is bullshit.
FFC, baby,
From-
Spotify.
Thanks
From
for the
the
umbrella
Australian Olympic team to the Russian Olympic Committee. Let's do this
Yeah,
shit.
Prog is bullshit.
PROG is bullshit, mate.
Deuces.
Fantastic, boys. So we got this Rap FC t-shirt, guys. So this is gonna be post the comments, ask questions, Rap FC. So the best question that the boys like and the comment or whatever suggestion to their whatever their music is gonna get this. But you gotta be subscribed to Solar Professor Music and you gotta like this video. And then you're gonna be entered into the contest of getting this bloody Rap FC original.
And what is the
t-shirt.
suggestion? What do they
Well, what would you? Well, I don't know. Something that you like. What would you like them to give you suggestions for your new album?
How about
Or
best
some-
feedback?
Best feedback.
Best feedback for game time and moving forward.
Favorite track.
Yeah.
favorite
track. That's
Yeah. Well, whatever the boys like, whatever comments you
Tell us
make,
why. Tell us why.
and that you're gonna get this t-shirt, and we have different sizes. This is just a sample for now.
Sweet.
Cheers. All the best. Yeah.
FC, baby!